Well, hello everyone.
Hello, motherfucker.
Figured I'd just do this update real fast since I'm back. I have to shuffle a bunch of reviews around so things aren't going to drop on time and they're going to be all off-centered and I have to redo some things. No big deal. I had some great time off and I really enjoyed myself, which is good. Make sure you get that quality time with those important to you. First things first, let's run the gauntlet. James Yeager is not doing too well. I know a lot of people in the community have positions ranging from animus to friendly feelings to indifference to all sorts of things, but he's going through it. I'm not really going to get into it because that's kind of what he asked for, which I respect. So I'm just going to put his medical update video in the description. Check it out at your leisure. But my man's not doing well. I would give his video a watch and then make a decision on how you're going to carry on with that information. But he requested people don't talk about it, so that's why I'm kind of tiptoeing around the subject, I guess. But you know, he's not doing too well, so go ahead and check that video out. Just a reminder, I did a post on this while I was on break, but online transactions over $600 and more, they're not under the proper category of like a gift or friends and family or whatever. And I don't know how long that's going to be with this in place now, but because of the spring 2021 American Rescue Plan, this is in place. And this is not the IRS monitoring thing, this is the online transactions. So they're going to treat all online transactions like you're doing a business. For people in our community, sometimes we sell guns online and that will now be considered goods and services if you don't put down the right code. I posted a video from another YouTuber describing it. That's also now in the description because these videos have more outreach than my posts, but he broke it down pretty well and is equally as upset about it as one should be. But just a reminder so you don't get caught unaware, just be advised it is a thing and prepare yourselves for that so you're not getting 1099Ks at the end of the year, because it's not going to be something that they're going to warn you about. It's just going to be you rack up all these transactions and then Zelle, PayPal, Cash App, all that other stuff is going to narc to the IRS.
Where's all your money gone, Donnie?
Taxes.
With that said, tax returns will be slow this year. And they're saying they're backlogged. I'll tell you exactly why they're backlogged, because they're teleworking still. You can't go into one of those offices and find somebody. There are all sorts of places that are allowing all sorts of different people to telework. It's in the military still, which blows my mind. It's in federal service, it's in state service, medical service, all sorts of stuff. There are people who are still teleworking and that is causing these delays. So don't feel bad for them. It's because they're sitting at home. If you've tried to call the IRS, which I haven't because I don't care, but if you've tried to call the IRS, you'll notice that it's even harder than usual to get a hold of them because they're at home teleworking. The reason a lot of these things are getting pushed is because they want to continue working from home. It's not effective. There's no management. It's all sorts of like, if you don't pick up the phone, no one can get a hold of you. So it's their laziness. It's not, oh no, they don't have enough workers, or oh no, they're so inundated with all this stuff. No, man. They're at home kicking it, teleworking. I bet less than 25% of the people are in the building, and this is a systemic issue throughout government, state and federal, all over the place. If you're having trouble believing this, go check. You'll be surprised. Next, inflation is 7% now in these short months since I was complaining about it being 3.4%. And realistically, it's 15 to 20%. The way they factor inflation is nonsense. Like if you look at the breakdown, I think 7% is gasoline cost. I don't know about you, but I commute to work. A lot of people do. And even if you're just filling up your tank once every week or once every 2 weeks, it's still a massive impact when gas is 50% more expensive. So the inflation number officially is 7%, but realistically it's somewhere in 15 and 20% when you factor in groceries that people buy to live, gas that people buy to drive, to facilitate their life, and regular goods and services. I say that to say be smart with your money, and also make sure that you're paying yourself first as much as you can. I'm preaching to the choir. My raise was 2.7% this year, and it was gone before inflation. Like, I just watched it whittle away how much of a foothold it was going to give me. And I'm glad I got it because it's helping me with groceries, actually. But it's like, I really have to budget now, which, let me be honest, was not something I had to do too much of before. And a lot of people are in that position. So just be smart with your money. It's going to get worse. And make sure you vote for people that are going to represent you better come 2022, because yikes.
Yikes!
And don't think just because something got defeated now, they're not going to keep trying to reformat it and pass the same exact thing, just worded differently. That's their playbook, is just, oh no, this didn't pass. The Build Back Better didn't pass. Let's make it build back again and try to run the same exact shit through. Oh, buddy. It's really bad that anytime a bad idea fails, they just repackage it and put it through again. So they're just going to keep trying different things, and it's going to put us in the same exact position. So make sure 2022 and 2024, we all have to get out and vote. Very important. I'm going to keep hitting that throughout the rest of the year. All right, moving to important things that should concern all of us. I don't know if you saw, they're charging the Oath Keepers with conspiracy to commit sedition or sedition conspiracy. I don't know. These idiots don't know the law, so they'll like write stuff poorly in the news. It's kind of like when they talk about guns, they equally don't understand the law. And that's fine, because most citizens don't understand the law. There's been people in comments of some of my videos that are oh, buddy. They didn't actually do any seditious things, but they're charging them with conspiracy. So it's going to be very interesting to see what's going on. And there's a lot of assets, which I'm going to hit in a couple points, but there's a lot of assets that are being turned inward, and this would be a big victory for them. So seeing, I don't know shit about the Oath Keepers. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know what their politics are. I'm not defending them, but I don't necessarily think they should be getting charged with sedition, especially when you have dudes running around provoking people or trying to entrap them.
I don't even like to say it because I'll be arrested.
Well, let's not say it.
We need to go, I'll say it.
All right.
We need to go in to the Capitol.
Let's go! I know.
In fact, tomorrow, I don't even like to say it because I'll be arrested.
Well, let's not say it.
We need to go, I'll say it.
All right.
We need to go in to the Capitol.
Let's go! Don't they see he's turning gay?
So, all these glowies, whatever you're doing in life, whatever you, like, I have a video about this coming out, but if you're carrying a rifle in a backpack, or if you're doing all these things that's cool on the internet, right, be very, very careful. I mean, the most careful. Like, if you carry a concealed carry pistol, great. And I'm not big on telling people what to do, all right? But what I will say is there's a lot more assets than usual that are looking inward at people's behavior, and they're being directed to stoke people into doing bad things, or entrap people into doing bad things, or ferment certain behaviors so that they go down their natural path to bad things. So bragging on the internet about not complying with certain laws, or I didn't pay my tax stamp, that's dumb, right? Cool, yeah, standing up against, well, yeah, woo, but you're just putting a target on your back, and you're not helping anybody if you go to prison for an internet flex. So now's the time. I'm not saying be cowardly, and I'm not saying don't do certain things. I have to be really careful. I hope you all understand what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, if you are doing bad things, probably don't advertise it, because that's dumb as fucking cringe.
Oh no, cringe.
Don't make posts about not doing things, because half y'all have your real, well, more than half have your real name on social media with a bunch of things that's easy to locate people. There's ways to search people's IP address. Your Google account is linked to your YouTube. There's a whole myriad of stuff that's interconnected for a reason that makes it easier to find people. You got to be really careful about what you're doing, and the people that are orchestrating this stuff right now are losing their foothold and they're being embarrassed on the national stage, right? So don't hand them tools to screw you over and get a win that they desperately need, is my point. And I know there's going to be people in the comments that disagree with me and all this other stuff. OPSEC and PERSEC are key in whatever you're doing. So you can call me a pussy, you can call me a bitch, you can call me whatever the fuck you want. I don't care. It's no skin off my nose. Oh no, someone said something bad to me on the internet, right? But be smart, okay? If you get taken off the fucking board before anything happens, if it does happen, which is highly unlikely, but if you get taken off the board before something happens, who's really the bitch? Just be sensible and smart about the things you're doing, because I'm seeing a lot of dumb shit, and it's like written all over the wall what these guys are trying to do. People are ignoring that, and they're still gonna be dumb. So don't do those things, and then also don't advertise them. It's easier just to set these people up for the failure that they are steaming towards, like full speed ahead. All we have to do is let them crash. But there's a bunch of people that are like, no, my internet flex is more important. Stop it.
Stop it. Get some help.
And there are a lot of people who think they're untouchable, that are on the radar super hard, super duper hard. And they let them be on the radar because they think they're leading other people down the road that they want them to. So just situational awareness is key. I know this is probably deeper than most people wanted for my like, hey, I'm back guys, but we really need to be smart. I mean, the smartest we've ever been, okay? Just saying. The ATF doesn't know what a receiver is, even though they're trying to regulate what receivers are and change the rules and stuff. So they're reaching out to FFLs and a whole bunch of other people, and they're really trying to regulate receivers. I know I've beat this horse to death, but they're gonna pick the dumbest fucking possible route moving forward. We really need to be ready, and we need to send money to the FPC, because it's gonna be stupid. I'm doing a video, I don't know what I'm gonna call it, but I have it mostly done. I just gotta go back and tweak some things. But I'm doing a video on why not to do a civil war, right? But I wanna bring attention to this, as I've been this whole video. The Fed boys, AKA glowies, whatever, are clearly trying to either do a false flag or trying to get useful idiots to do dumb things. And unfortunately on our side, just like the left, the far left, there's a group of people more than willing to go do dumb things and be useful idiots. We need, if you know people like that, we gotta kind of bring them back. Because I don't know if you've seen this video from Memeology, I'm gonna roll it in here. Just some clips. But this is a brand new like FBI or some sort of federal agent class. Like, look at these idiots. One, that's a standard issue shield that they got from somewhere. You can tell it was a GSA acquisition because they're all the fucking same, right? I know I'm putting all this stuff out here and it's gonna change their tactics if they ever see this video, but nothing has screamed Fed more than this group, right? Yeah, we had the Justice for January 6th bullshit, and that was pretty funny, but look at these idiots, man. Where's the fat dude with the beard? Why are all their faces covered? Why are they in perfect formation? Why do they look like they're a brand new recruit Marine division? You know, like they just graduated. They just got their Eagle, Globe, and Anchor. Look at them pack up. Look at this. Anyone that's been in the military or law enforcement has done some sort of field operation or gone out into the field or done some sort of big thing. That's how you pack up. Do you see the organization? They're all the same. Like, they came from the same organization. I'm not talking about like they're all friends in a group. This is organizational. Like, oh my God. This is called situational awareness, by the way. Seeing this dumb shit and realizing it is what it is, it's definitely entrapment. They're trying to get more people to bring them in or do a false flag with this group, and no one's buying it, but these are the lengths they're going to. And it's embarrassing because all those kids that just graduated that FBI class or just graduated whatever federal agency class they just graduated, they used them because they're in shape. They've been running and all this other stuff, doing their physical tests. So they're all in shape. Where's the fat fuck that's pre-diabetic or on a myriad of pills? Where's that dude? Where's the guy with the shirts? They're all wearing the same shit from the 511 store. Oh God. But eventually they're going to figure this out, and it's going to be a better pattern. And you see this one fat guy right here. I don't think he's actually a fat guy. I think he's wearing a vest, and I think he has gear on under his vest. So just be aware. There's no women in this group. There's no fat asses. There's no that one overly loud guy that's yelling about everything. Where are the beards? Like, come on, dude. Get the fuck out of here. And you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. Don't go to DC. Don't take your kids. Don't go there. Just don't. It's Fed City. They're trying to get something to happen, especially there. They're putting up concrete barriers around the White House. They're trying to make a thing by the White House because everyone will pay attention. They saw how big January 6th was. They're going to do something there. Stay the fuck away from DC. Like, drive around. If you got to go through Maryland or Virginia or anything like that, take a plane, go around. Do not go to DC. I don't care what march there is. I don't care how much you feel you need to go. Don't. Skip it. Don't go. Just trust me. All right, lastly, and I'm not shitting on AR15.com here. They saw and loved my comment and all that other stuff. So this isn't like that at all. I'm going to link their video. Go give it a watch. It'll also give you reference for what I'm talking about. But this is just a general point of discussion since I rep the FPC all the time. They're suing Texas over their abortion law, and I really didn't want to comment on this, but it's becoming more of a conversation, and I'm seeing it more and more, and some of my buddies are like, yo, what the fuck are they doing? They're the Firearms Policy Coalition. You know, like, why are they suing for abortion rights? Now, I'm not going to weigh in on the Texas abortion thing for a multitude of reasons. It's just not going to go well for anybody. So
he shouldn't have done that. He's just a boy. Poor little feller.
The only reason I'm bringing it up is I don't agree with the talking points that people are pushing supporting the FPC going after this law. And their point is the reason we're suing Texas is because California, in response to this, passed a bill, or is trying to pass it. I don't know where it is right now, but they're trying to pass a bill about suing gun manufacturers for criminals using guns in a crime. They're going to allow the victim's family to sue the gun manufacturers. I've already done a video on this before about when New York did it, because New York passed it in July of 2021. The Texas abortion thing got passed in May 2021. So everyone's like, oh, look, New York, because they have like short attention spans. They don't know how a bill becomes a law and all that other stuff. There's no way something gets done in a month. But all these things were plans ahead of time. And just like we know when they're working on doing something dumb and we know months out, these other states know too, right? And California and New York are dating. I lived in New York for 20 years, all right? I had to suffer the gun control and poor application of law and all sorts of other stuff. New York and California have had this in the works for a long time. They weren't sure they were going to get it passed. So FPC's argument is if we get rid of this abortion law, then we can get rid of these laws. But it's different. The Texas abortion law is slightly different than the other two laws because you're suing, and I'm not defending or taking a position, just explaining. But the Texas abortion law is someone can sue a clinic for performing one, right? So there's a doctor and there's a particular clinic that's doing a procedure, okay? If you look at the firearms, suing the firearm manufacturers, it's a criminal who use the firearm in a commission of a crime. So it's not the same. And I know there's going to be arguments, and I'm not taking positions here. With the New York and California law in the books, if one of those laws is taken down in court, it'll take the other one down. And if FPC is so convinced that the Texas abortion law is identical to, or the components are identical enough or similar enough to the New York and California laws that getting rid of it will get rid of the New York and California laws, then just go after the New York or California law and the same thing will happen in reverse. I don't know what FPC is doing here. Regardless, I'm not a lawyer. However, there's enough difference that I can see as a layman and as someone with very limited background and experience that a lawyer should be able to see. So I'm not really buying the whole, we have to go after this to save guns. It's like, it doesn't quite pass the smell test for me. And the FPC is the most effective anti-gun control group there is. They've secured massive wins for us. The NRA's kind of been put out to pasture, and which we shouldn't celebrate, by the way. But the GOA has given us like one or two things. What I don't want to see happen is the FPC get sidetracked or cause division within its supporters because they're going after an abortion law and there's people that are for and against that. I think that's an unforced error. We don't need the FPC to turn into, and I'm not saying they are, it's just kind of like a, hey guys, pull back a little bit and take a look at what you're setting up here. I don't really care about this like people care about it, but I am concerned seeing all these people have these conversations about it because I don't want the FPC to get sidetracked and derailed and do all these unforced errors because that's the NRA's job. They're experts at it. Let them keep doing that. The FPC needs to stay focused and on mission to preserve our rights because quite frankly, they're the only ones I have confidence in. So this isn't like shit talking or slamming anybody. It's kind of like a, hey guys, take stock here. Let's do an assessment, see where we're at sort of thing. Not necessarily like, hey, you guys are fucking up. You know, it's more, hey, before things get a little too sideways or go a little too far, let's make sure we're sticking true to our mission statement and not pushing people in any direction because it's not at the forefront and big YouTube channels aren't talking about it. And a lot of these YouTube channels, the bigger they get, the more they forget about how important gun rights is and all this other stuff. Like how many people are doing Springfield reviews still? You know what I'm saying? Long story short, I really want the FPC to stay on track because they are our most effective tool in the fight to protect our rights. And I would like it if everybody sent them money because there's a lot of stuff that we're gonna have to fight coming up. But I really think just focusing on either the New York or California or both laws where you can sue the gun manufacturer is smart because that's less attention elsewhere and you're mission focused on attacking something with a specific interest versus going after something that could potentially be divisive within your own pool of supporters, if that makes sense. That's my position. Hopefully I clarified it well enough, but we'll see. I got a lot of stuff coming up. The 11.5 review is done, and the optic has to go back to Trijicon because I can't get the battery cap off and the battery's dead. If you're painting an optic, don't paint the battery cap. and don't let paint get in the threads of anything because it makes it harder to come off. It's seized up. I've used everything I could possibly think of. So it's going back to Trijicon just for that. I am working on this, but there's a few reviews in front of it because I have to finish it. And my buddy left this to me. The shooting footage is going to be the same. Y'all are probably going to roll your eyes at the shooting footage, the opener, but my buddy left it with me while he's away, and I'm just gonna do video through the glass and stuff like that. I've already shot it plenty. I already know how it handles and what it does. So I don't feel like I need any more trigger time behind it, but I need a lot more camera time behind it, if that makes sense. Just to make sure I do that review justice. But I have a lot of stuff coming up. I just gotta sit my ass down and edit it over this long weekend. So that's what I'm gonna do. There should be something out Sunday night, Monday morning-ish, if I can get my ass in gear. But hopefully this video finds you all well and you guys are doing well out there. and everyone had a good Christmas and New Year's and got that quality time with significant others and the family and friends. Thanks for watching. Take care out there.